Hey, what's up guys? Bajheera here. So this video is going to be my back day for you guys. And I'm starting off my back day here with something I don't normally do first, which is some pull downs. And you guys can see I'm leaning back a little bit in these pull downs. And I'm not using super heavy weight, but what I'm trying to do is just get warmed up. I feel like for a long time, my back has been... Well, I don't know if I should say it that way. I feel like every muscle group is a muscle group that has a lot of room to grow. I feel like I start off a lot of these videos saying that, but I do believe that. I feel like I have a lot of room to grow in just about every muscle group I've got, but back especially. So for a little while, I was combining back day with my chest day, and I was doing like a 3-day rotation to try to give my legs and arms and shoulders more work. But I think at this point, what I've been doing for the past couple weeks is I've been making sure that I get a back day in there too, because I think back does deserve its own day. And especially during the dieting process, I'm not really recovering as fast. That's when I'm getting a lot of food in. So that also gives my legs a little bit more time to recover, my chest, you know, like just every muscle group that I train, it gives a little more time to recover while also giving my back extra attention that I think it needs. So the first thing that I did this day is I was doing those pull downs, and then I was doing... I'm trying to figure out like what to call those things. I'm probably just blanking on it now, but anyway, it's like a pullover, but it's not. I'm basically just like stretching out my lats and then using them to pull back in. I'm not really using my arms at all. Like that's pretty much what you do with all your back exercises, though. Back day, even though I'm bending my arm at the elbow, I'm really not trying to use my bicep a whole lot to do the pulling. I mean, it gets involved, but that's not the main point. Basically, one of the ways that you want to think about it, and you guys, if you're just starting off, you know, this might be helpful to you. Have this in your mind. Is basically your hands are just hooks, and you're pulling with your elbows. Basically, you're trying to move. All the movement is occurring. You know, or instead of like trying to move your hands closer to your body, you're basically just trying to pull your elbows closer to your body. That way, you will end up using your back more than anything. And for the experienced lifter, I mean, you guys are probably already familiar with that, but sometimes it's helpful to hear that again. And maybe I'm, you know, not doing the best of explaining it, but once you get in the gym, especially if you practice with a little bit lighter weight and you sort of experiment and give yourself a chance to learn what it feels like when you pull, thinking more about your hands, and then when you pull, thinking more about your elbows in terms of pulling your elbows just straight back. Or sometimes, you know, on this, especially on this row movement, I'll pull them down into my hips, or I'll try to pull them up a little bit. So I use my upper back, because that's, I think, one of the main reasons I wanted to do more back day is for my upper back. I feel like my lower lats are okay, but my upper back needs a lot of development in terms of my traps and my rear delts, and just the upper back development is really what I need. So I've been definitely trying to dig into that. And when I'm doing these rows, I'm not pulling super low, especially when I go for this wide grip row, as I am trying to, you know, lean forward a little bit, feel the stretch on my traps, and let that you know, inner middle part of my back feel a nice stretch before squeezing it back in. And I am rowing kind of high here. Sometimes I'll do low row, sometimes I'll even alternate on the same set. But one of the main reasons I'm doing this, like I said, is for my upper back development and traps. So for me, you know, it doesn't really involve making huge changes. There's no real secret for me. And I know that, you know, as I continue to do these exercises, I will get more familiarity with them. I'll understand how they work for me better. But in the beginning, and this is something that I'm thinking about for you guys who are just starting off. In the beginning, it really is a matter of establishing habits in terms of getting yourself to the gym and being willing to, you know, keep the weight maybe a little bit lower than you know, you're absolute desperately, you know, feel like you can pull. You know, go a little bit lower, go a little bit lighter, and start to feel what it actually feels like to engage the muscles that you're trying to work. And then just grind it out from there. Once you sort of establish those patterns, once you sort of establish a mind-muscle connection, after that, I feel like it's just, you can channel your intensity rather than lifting huge weight. You can channel your intensity to really squeezing the muscles as hard as you can. And that's something that I try to keep in mind in these workouts. I mean, I do try to stay really focused. But that being said, you know, some sets I'm going a little faster than maybe I should. Some sets I'm just kind of grinding the reps out. But that's part of the fun with the gym. I feel like with a lot of these gym videos, it ends up sounding like I have like a super serious plan that I absolutely have to stick to every time. But one of the reasons I enjoy the gym so much is it's a place for me to just sort of put my body in motion, be aware of that, sort of get in touch with that. But at the same time, like, sometimes it is just fun to crank out some reps. And you've seen me, especially when you know, I've been like sick or something and I have to bounce back from that period of time. I'll get in the gym and I'll just tear it up. I'm not really doing that mind-muscle connection, dude. I'm just going ham. And that happens sometimes. Okay, so this is a new sort of attachment to the pull down that I haven't used much before. But it is like the wide grip but the neutral grip. So I'm using this thing and I'm leaning pretty far back and I'm really trying to squeeze my my shoulder blades together to try to get some upper back and trap development, or upper back and trap activation at least. And so I liked that a lot, and I'll be doing that again in future back days for sure. Like I said, you know, at this point, I'm just trying all kinds of different stuff to try to get my back to respond, because I know that my traps need to grow, and I've been hitting my traps a lot recently, and I think it's helping. But you know, I've gone really heavy with traps before, but my mindset right now is definitely more of the lighter weight, really getting in touch with the muscle and trying to get them to respond. And so far, I mean, I feel like it's probably doing all right. But I was saying, you know, I do enjoy the gym. I do have fun, and I encourage you guys to have fun there too. You know, don't allow yourself to get too locked in if you don't want to. I end up training my, you know, with the same rotation of muscle groups, a lot of the same exercises, but I do that because I enjoy it, and I do feel like I have freedom to do whatever I want. I just feel good, you know, already knowing what I'm going to do at the gym and just getting it done and being able to focus as much as I can on the process of doing the reps, you know, of the process of what it feels like, and really get involved with the muscle as it's contracting, rather than worrying about what my next set is going to be. Also threw in some of these single arm rows. I feel like those are a great exercise that I haven't done a lot of, but I definitely wanted to include more of them in there, because like I said, you know, my back needs to grow, and sometimes, you know, you can just keep grinding, but this is one of those times where I felt like throwing some extra stuff in, so that's what I've been doing for my past couple back days. I wish I could record more arms and shoulder days for you guys. They're just a little more complicated, but that's what I'll be, that's one of those things that I'm looking out for training really, really hard too. You know, I'm giving my absolute maximum effort to every workout, I feel like, but arms and shoulders and back, you know, it's building that trap shelf, building the upper chest is a big goal for me. But we'll keep on grinding. We've got about 10-12 weeks left for my competition, so we'll see what we can do. Right now it's just about dieting off the body fat and staying consistent. But anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed that video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!